Assalamualaikum, good morning. Are you listening, me students? Please reply. Walaikum assalam, Jamal. Walaikum assalam, all of you. I'm just waiting for a while, and after that I will start my today's lecture. Okay? Now I want to tell you first that today is the quiz day. Okay, today is Wednesday, so there will be a quiz. I have already uploaded on the Google Classroom, and the topics has already been assigned to you. So please go through the Google Classroom and then attempt the quiz. Very easy quiz is there and you will easily do it, but do it very carefully. It is of 10 marks, which will be added in your final term result. So please attempt it very carefully. I'm going to start my today's lecture within few seconds. Meta, it has not been decided yet, but most probably it will be given you on the Google Classroom. So might be it will be in the form of quiz. Okay, we'll inform you after some time. Okay, I think the administration will inform you on your WhatsApp. Now I'm going to start my today's lecture. It is English language lecture again. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 45, and today our topic is active and passive voice. Okay, first of all, I want to discuss what is a voice first. Simal, we will discuss these points about final term in the end of the lecture. Okay, concentrate on the lecture here because otherwise time will be wasted. Now, our review lectures for voices are starting from today. First of all, I'm going to discuss what is a voice. Actually, voice is related to verb. The voice of a verb describes the relationship between the action that the verb expresses and the participants identified by its arguments, that is subject or object. Actually, voice is that form of verb which describes the relationship between the action, that is verb with the action shown by verb, and the subject and the object. It means it is actually showing the relationship between the verb, subject and object. Now there are, you know that there are two kinds of voices, active voice and passive voice. So what is an active voice? When the subject is the doer of the action, it means when subject is doing the action or subject is performing the action, the verb is in the active voice. We say that at that time when subject is performing the action, we say that the verb is in the active voice. Some examples I have written here. I write a letter. I wrote a letter. I will write a letter. You can see that it is in present indefinite tense, it is in present past indefinite tense, and it is in future indefinite tense. Now you all know that I have told you that active voice means subject is doing the action. I is the subject here. So I write a letter. It means the subject is performing the action. I wrote a letter. In this example also subject is performing the action. And in the third example, I will write a letter. Subject is performing the action. So these examples are of active voice. Now I'm going to discuss passive voice. In passive voice, when the subject is the receiver of the action, it means subject is not doing the action or is not performing the action, but it is receiving the action. In this case, the verb is in the passive voice. Okay. When the subject is receiver of action, we say that the verb is in the passive voice. You can see the examples here. A letter is written by me. It means actually subject is me here in all the three examples. A letter was written by me. A letter will be written by me. In all the three cases, you can see that subject, that is me, is receiving the action. Okay, this is the subject. A letter is the object here. You can understand that it is not the subject here. Me is the subject. Subject is actually the pronoun. Okay, here it is the possessive pronoun, or you can say the not the personal pronoun. So this me, it is the subject which is receiving the action here. Okay, now I am showing you the rules to change active voice into passive voice. There are 4 rules which are very important. You should know them very well. Number 1 is the places of subject and object are interchanged. If you remember, when we change active voice into passive voice, we are changing the subjects and the position or the places of subject and object. Subject comes at the place of object and object comes at the place of subject. Second rule is that third form, that is the past participle form of verb, is always used as main verb in passive voice. In passive voice, we always use third form of verb. If you remember, you should remember these things. And the third form of verb is also known as past participle form of verb. Number third rule is the word by is used before subject in passive voice. If you remember, the subject comes at the end of the sentence in passive voice. So before that, the word by is added. Okay, by is actually the preposition. The fourth rule is auxiliary, that are also known as helping verbs, are used in passive voice according to the tense. You all know that when we are making the passive voice sentences, after the object, we are using some auxiliary verbs, which are also known as helping verbs. And their use depends on the tense. They are related to the tense. For example, if present indefinite tense, different auxiliary verbs are used. For past indefinite tense, different auxiliary verbs are used. And for future indefinite tense, different auxiliary verbs are used. Now, actually, active voice sentences are the tenses. You all know that we have done 12 tenses, and I hope you have understood them very well. So, from these 12 tenses, we are going to do the voices, but not all 12. We are going to do 8 tenses in voices, because there is no passive voice for future continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. So the remaining 8 tenses we will do in the voices. I hope you are understanding. Now, first of all, the tense which I'm taking here for changing the active voice into passive voice, it's present indefinite tense. You can see that present indefinite tense is the first tense, and we are doing it here. Then I'm showing you different structures and examples for present indefinite tense. Now, you know that we are making the active voice first and then passive voice then. So we have to write the structures and examples for both the voices. Okay. And I have already told you when we were doing tenses that we are writing the tenses in 3 different forms: affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. So we are doing all 3 forms here and related to active voice and passive voice. Active voice, remember this thing, active voice is the same as the tenses. Okay. Now, first of all, we are doing present indefinite tenses. So the active voice for affirmative sentences, the structures are here. There are 2 structures we are using here for active voices in affirmative sentences. For first person and second person, singular and plural, first person I and we, second person you, and third person plural, that means they. The structure is subject plus verb, first form plus object. Okay. And for third person singular, we have the different structure, subject plus verb, first form plus s or es. We have added these things here with the first form plus object. Okay. Remember this thing, that the structures for different persons are different here in case of affirmative sentences. Now I'm showing you some examples, and after the examples you can understand that where is the change in the structure. Now you can see that subject, I write a letter, full stop. We write a letter, full stop. These are first person, singular and plural. You write a letter, full stop, second person, singular and plural. He writes a letter, she writes a letter, which I have already told you that for third person singular, we use s or es with the verb. They write a letter, that is full stop, it is third person plural. Now these are active voice sentences which are similar like the tenses. But when we are going to do the passive voice, we have the different structure for affirmative sentences. Okay. Now the structure for all the persons are same. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, the structure remains same. I have told you that the object and subject are interchanging their places. So object comes first here, plus helping verb, plus verb third form, plus by, plus subject. You all know that I have already told you according to the rules of conversion of active voice into passive voice that we always use third form of verb. We use by before the subject, we use the helping verb, and we use object at the first place and subject at the last. Okay. Now helping verbs are two here. Okay, we have two options. Is for singular object, are for plural object. It means if our object is singular here, we use is as a helping verb, and if the object is plural here, are, so we are using are as a helping verb. Now there are some examples which I am showing you here. Now you know that object has taken the place of subject and subject is taking the place of object. It means they have interchanged their places. So we have started with the object, a letter. Remember the article which is added with the object, it comes first in the beginning of the sentence. A letter is written by me. You can see that letter is singular, so we have used the helping verb is written third form of verb by, and me is the subject which has been changed according to the personal pronoun. I changes to me, we changes to us, you remains unchanged, he changes to him, she changes to her, and they changes to them. Now the sentence becomes, a letter is written by me, a letter is written by us. These are for first person singular and plural. A letter is written by you, second person singular and plural. A letter is written by him, third person singular. A letter is written by her, third person singular. A letter is written by them, that is third person plural. I hope you have understood till here. Now I move to the negative sentences of present indefinite tense. Now again we will do first active voice which are similar like the tenses. You should remember all these things. For first person and second person singular and plural, that is I, we and you, plus third person plural they. We have this structure. Subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb first form plus object. You should remember that for negative sentences we add not after the helping verb. Our helping verb is do here. Now for third person singular, that is he and she, we have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb first form plus object, full stop. The helping verb is does here. Remember that thing that for all affirmative and negative sentences, we must place a full stop at the end, and for interrogative sentences, we must place a question mark. Remember all these points so that there will be no mistake in your work. Whether you are doing the exercises in your copies or whether you are doing the exercises in your exam. Now I'm showing you some examples of negative sentences in active voice. Remember this thing, we are doing active voice here. I do not write a letter, full stop. That is first person singular. We do not write a letter, full stop. That is first person plural. You know that we is plural and I is singular. You do not write a letter, full stop. This is second person singular and plural. Remember that you is used as a singular form as well as in the plural form. Now he, the third person singular, he does not write a letter. She does not write a letter. Both are the third person singular. And remember that when we are adding the helping verb, we are using the first form of verb here. So you should be very careful. They do not write a letter. This is the third person plural. Okay. I hope you have understood till here. Now I am showing you the structure in passive voice or negative sentences. If you remember, you should remember the rules always that in the passive voice, object comes first and subject comes at the end of the sentence. So for first person, second person and third person, singular and plural, it means for all the persons, we have the same structure, object plus helping verb plus not plus verb third form plus by plus subject. Here you can see that not is also added here after the helping verb in negative sentences. And the third form of verb, you all know that passive voice. In passive voice, we always use third form of verb. And by is used before the subject. Now we have two helping verbs option here. Again, is for the singular object and are for the plural object. Now I'm showing you some of the examples of the passive voice negative sentences. Same sentences, but we have added not to make its negative forms. A letter is not written by me, full stop. A letter is not written by us, full stop. That is first person singular and first person plural. Okay. A letter is not written by you. That is second person singular and plural. A letter is not written by him. Third person singular. A letter is not written by her. Full stop. Third person singular. A letter is not written by them. Full stop. Third person singular. Now remember this thing that we are adding not after the helping verb, and we are using the helping verb is here because the object is singular. Letter is singular. A letter, one letter. It is singular. Okay. I hope you have understood till here. Now we are moving to present indefinite tenses in active voice, the interrogative sentences. You know that interrogative sentences means to ask the questions. It means we must have a question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. Now for first person and second person, singular and plural, it means for first person singular and plural, I, we, second person singular and plural, you, and third person plural, they. We have the structure. Helping verb must come at the beginning of the sentence in the interrogative sentences. You should remember that. Helping verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. That means this is the structure and we have the helping verb do. Now for third person singular means he and she. We have the structure helping verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. That is helping verb we are using is does. Okay. Now please, you should remember all the rules, all the structures so that there will be no mistake in your exercises in your work. Now I am showing you some of the examples of interrogative sentences in active voice. The first one is, do I write a letter? Question mark. You can see that again, I have already told you in my previous lectures that I is the only pronoun which comes or which is written, which must be written in the capital form whether it comes in between the sentence, whether it comes at the end of the sentence, or whether it comes at the beginning. Okay, you should remember that. Do I write a letter? Question mark. Do we write a letter? Question mark. These are first person singular and first person plural. Do you write a letter? Question mark. This is second person singular and plural. Does he write a letter? Does she write a letter? Question mark. That is third person singular. Both of these are for third person singular, he and she. Do they write a letter? Question mark. This is third person plural. Okay. I hope you have understood till here because I have explained you the active voice sentences. Now I am coming to passive voice sentences in the interrogative forms. There is only one structure. Remember that we are doing present indefinite tenses for first person, second person, and third person singular plural. It means for all the persons we have the same same structure, helping verb plus object plus verb third form plus by plus subject plus question mark. Remember that for all the interrogative sentences, whether they are written in the active voice, whether they are written in the passive voice, we are placing a question mark at the end of these sentences. We have, and you should remember that for interrogative sentences, we are using the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence, and at the end of the sentence, there must be a question mark. Now, we have two helping verbs here. Is for singular object and are for plural object. Remember these points. Now, some examples of passive voice interrogative sentences. I am showing you some examples here. Is a letter written by me? Now, you can see that is here, which is added with the letter as an object here. Is a letter written by me? Question mark. Why have I added is here as a helping verb? Because letter is only one here. We have singular object. Now, is a letter written by us? Question mark. These are for first person singular and first person plural. Is a letter written by you? Question mark. Because that is second person singular and plural. Is a letter written by him? Question mark. Third person singular. Is a letter written by her? Question mark. Third person singular. Is a letter written by them? Question mark. Third person plural. Okay, I have shown you the examples and the structures of active and passive voice for affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. We have done all examples and structures for present indefinite tense. Remember this thing. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. So I want to ask you whether you have understood or not. Please reply so that I will move to the past indefinite tenses. Okay. Now please reply if you have understood or not. Hurry up. Okay, Mehda and Vani, very good. Abdul Rahman, very nice. You have understood everything. Now other people, please. Shiza, okay. Very nice. You have understood. Now please do practice of these sentences in your rough notebooks in your home so that you will not forget any of the rule or any of the structure. Okay. Very good, Falia. You have understood. Now, I think first of all, because some of the students have joined me late, so I am reminding them again that please come and join the class on time because these are very important topics we are discussing here in the class, in the lectures. So please be there on time because there is no time left to revise the lecture again. Okay, so please, you should be there on time. And one more thing which I want to remind you that today is the quiz day. I have already uploaded the quiz on the Google Classroom. The topics are also given on the Google Classroom. So please go through that quiz and attempt it. It is very easy. Carefully attempt it because it is of 10 marks and these marks will be added in your final term result. Okay, now I move to past indefinite tense and we are discussing the structures and examples for active and passive voices here. Now, first of all, you know that You know that past indefinite tense is also written in three forms: affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. So for affirmative sentences, we have only one structure for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure: subject plus verb, second form plus object, full stop. Now remember that I am telling you again and again that active voice means all tenses. Okay. Now you should remember that if you know the tenses very well, if you learn their structures, and then you can do the voices very easily. Now some examples in active voice I am showing you for affirmative sentences. I wrote a letter, second form. The second form of write is wrote. I wrote a letter, full stop. We wrote a letter, full stop. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. You wrote a letter, full stop. This is second person singular and plural. He wrote a letter, full stop. She wrote a letter, full stop. These are the examples for third person singular. And they wrote a letter, full stop. This is the third person plural example. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now I am moving to passive voice of affirmative sentences. You all know that affirmative sentences are those which give the positive meaning. Now for passive voice, the structure is same for all the sentences, all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the structure: object plus helping verb plus verb third form plus by plus subject, full stop. Now remember, for passive voice, object and subject, they interchange their places. Object comes first in the beginning of the sentence and subject comes at the last of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, and by comes before the subject. And you should remember that after the object we are using the helping verb according to the tense, and after that there will be a main verb which is third form always. Now we have two helping verbs here: was and were. Was for singular object and verb for plural object. It means our object is, if it is singular, we use was as a helping verb, and if the object is plural, we use were as a helping verb. Now some examples for affirmative sentences are showing here. A letter was written by me. You can see that is attached with letter, that is object. So I have started with a. A letter, it is singular, so I have used the helping verb was. A letter was written by me. Written, third form of verb, by is used here, and me, us, you, him, her, them, these are the subjects. Okay. A letter was written by us. These are the examples for first person singular and plural. A letter was written by you. Second person singular and plural. A letter was written by him. A letter was written by her. These are the examples for third person singular. A letter was written by them. This is the example for third person plural. Okay. Now I am showing you some examples and the structures for negative sentences in active voice first. Negative sentences, you know that these are the sentences which give the negative meaning. Now the similar structure for all the persons is here. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb first form plus object, full stop. Helping verb is did here. Now you know that after helping verb we add not to make the negative sentence. Now for active voice negative sentences we have some examples here. We have same helping verb here, did. So I have added not after that. I did not write a letter. We did not write a letter for first person singular and plural. You did not write a letter for second person singular and plural. We did not write a letter. She did not write a letter. Third person singular and plural. Third person singular. They did not write a letter. Third person plural. Now remember, For all negative sentences and affirmative sentences, we must place a full stop at the end. Now we come to passive voice, negative sentences. The structure is same for all persons, for first person, second person and third person, singular and plural. We have the structure object. You know that in passive voice object comes first. Object plus helping verb plus not plus verb third form plus by plus subject. We have two helping verbs here, was and were. Was for the singular object and were for the plural object. You know that for passive voice, we always use third form of verb. Now, some examples here for passive voice. We have the object, singular object. So, we have used the helping verb was here. A letter was not written by me. A letter was not written by us. For first person, singular and plural. A letter was not written by you. Second person, singular and plural. A letter was not written by him. Third person singular. A letter was not written by her. Third person singular. A letter was not written by them. This is the example of third person plural. Now I come to the past indefinite tenses, interrogative ones, and we are doing them in the active voice form first. The structure is same for all the persons. For first person, second person and third person, singular and plural. We have the structure helping verb plus subject plus verb first form plus object plus question mark. Remember to place a question mark at the end of all interrogative sentences, whether they are written in the active voice and whether they are written in the passive voice. Now, helping verb is did here. Only one helping verb is here. Now, I am showing you some examples of active voice interrogative sentences. Interrogative means helping verb comes first at the in the sentence and question mark is placed at the end. Now you all know that I have written first example, did I write a letter? I have told you I is the only pronoun which must be written in the capital form everywhere in the sentence. So the statement or example becomes, did I write a letter question mark? Did we write a letter question mark? These are the examples for first person singular and plural. Did you write a letter question mark? Second person singular and plural. Did he write a letter question mark? Did she write a letter question mark? These are the examples for third person singular. Did they write a letter question mark? This is the example for third person plural. I hope you are understanding everything very clearly. I will upload the video so that you can repeat it again and again. Now I'm showing you some of the sentences, first of all, structures of passive voice in past indefinite tense. We are doing the voices according to the tenses and all the helping verbs are related to the tenses. Okay, it means their use depends on the tenses, type of tenses. So for passive voice, only single structure is given here. For first person, second person and third person, singular and plural, we have the structure helping verb plus object plus verb third form plus by plus subject plus question mark. You should remember for that for interrogative sentences, we use the helping verb in the beginning. We have two helping verbs here again, was and were. Was is used for the singular object and were is used for the plural objects. Remember this thing that we have two options here. So we are using the helping verb according to the object, whether it is singular or whether it is plural. Now I am showing you the examples for the passive voice interrogative sentences. Now we have to start with the helping verb. You can see that my object is singular, that is a letter means one letter. So I have written with the helping verb was. I have used was here in all the examples. Was a letter written by me? Helping verb plus object plus third form of verb plus by plus subject. This subject is changed from personal pronoun to other pronoun, that is possessive. And the sentence becomes, was a letter written by me question mark? Was a letter written by us question mark? These are the first person singular examples and first person plural examples. Now, was a letter written by you question mark? Second person singular and plural. Was a letter written by him? This is the example for third person singular. Was a letter written by her? Question mark. This is the example for third person singular. And was a letter written by them? This is the example for third person plural. Now remember that for affirmative and negative sentences, we are using the sentences with the end. At the end of them, we are placing the full stop. And for interrogative sentences, we are using the question mark at the end, and whether they are written in the active voice and the passive voice. You should be very careful about the punctuation marks, about the capital letter, that is I. I is the only pronoun which is must be written in the capitalized form everywhere in the sentence. Okay, you should be very careful where to use the capital letter and where to use the small letters. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Now please tell me, reply me whether you have understood or not. I'm waiting for your replies. Please reply me, hurry up. Okay, very nice, very nice. You have understood. Other people, please. Now this is the time to ask me any question. If you have got any question, please ask me here. I'm waiting for your questions. If you have got any question here, please ask me. Little bit time is left, so I want you to ask me any questions if you have any question. Actually, Zimal, Shiza, and other students, please, this final term paper, it will be conducted on the Google Classroom. But actually, we have not been informed about the pattern, about the questions which have to be added. So please wait for a while, wait for some time. If I will be informed, then I will about the paper from the admin side. Then I will inform you tomorrow. Otherwise, you will get the information on your WhatsApp. Okay, so please don't worry, there is a lot of time for the preparation. You can easily do. Okay, don't get worried. There is not much difficulty because you have to write in the short form. Hamza Mustafa, I think there will be no essay and letter, but I'm not confirmed, so I will confirm you afterwards. Okay, but I think there will be short pattern paper or short questions, you can say that. Okay, now I want to tell you that we have done two tenses today, present indefinite tense and past indefinite tense. We will do the remaining tenses in other classes. So please join me on time because this is the most important topic. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. We will inshallah continue tomorrow. Yes, it is of 50 marks. Okay. Now I am stopping here. Allah Hafiz.